folks, here we are, Blues and Royals veterans on the left, Whitehall in central London, guys. Rolling Thunder, big annual event. Lots of vets, lots of bikers. Stretches all the way back to Trafalgar Square. And how great to see Blues and Royals veterans, people. Everybody needs to slowly start moving out of the way as they're off. A lot of noise, but in the best possible sense. Let's hope this lady with her suitcase decides to move before everybody else does. We're waiting for everybody to get saddled up. I think she's maybe PA photographer. So I think when she finally moves, they'll be off. I'll need to move myself very quickly as well. Actually, the marshals are just giving some instructions to everybody else. But as far as I can see, everyone is saddled up and ready. Huge numbers of tourists here watching. Actually, funny enough, earlier on a guy came along, a preacher on a bike. And wished everybody well. It was met with a lot of appreciation. I think these are probably the last two press people just getting those pictures of the guys at the front before they actually move. Everybody with banners and so on that was there before has now moved out of the way. Hand sign. I'm not sure if that means they're about to leave or hold on further. We'll see in a second. He's on his bike, so hopefully the departure is imminent. Which country flag does this people? I don't want to guess because I'll get it wrong. I was thinking Ecuador, but it's not. Now they've been filming me up actually since I started this morning's video, which was about an hour and a half ago. So I'm guessing there are probably, and if it goes all the way back to Trafalgar Square, at least 1,000. Could even be higher. I honestly don't know, but I'll have more of an idea when they start to move in a second. And I will quickly get myself back out of the way at that point. Be careful not to bash into anyone behind me. Expect plenty of noise, guys, so I will not be narrating once the ride gets underway. Next stop will be Parliament Square. A couple of them are getting a bit impatient and tapping their watches. Part of me is thinking dash on to Parliament Square, but there's no way of knowing whether we'll get an absolutely clear perspective over everything and everyone if we do. So I'll hold tight for a second. Getting pretty impatient, and I can understand why, to be honest. I'm not sure if they're waiting for a signal from the police to leave. Not sure what he said, 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 hours, no idea. To be fair, the officer could barely hear what is being said. Come on, gents. I said it is only those 2 minutes, and it wasn't meaning 2 hours. all down to the police having successfully closed the path around Parliament Square, because without that being closed, they can't do their customary, it's not quite a circle, it's more of a square, but you know what I mean, around Parliament Square, in front of the Palace of Westminster, Big Ben, etc, etc. But I think, looking back to the police behind me, that yep, we're just about to get the go-ahead. There we go, and we're off, ladies and gents. With a largely unobstructed view. Fluidly, considering how many of them there are. Whoa, sorry guys, that's made me jump. Wow. Wow, look at this one. And they're rolling from the marshal's car at the rear. Wow. Fantastic to see it actually. Many more already up at Parliament Square to join the group that we're forming here on Whitehall, just walking past the cenotaph. And I did mention in my main video from this morning, it's great to see the police actually being even-handed for once by not deploying zillions of officers and treating everybody here as though they're potentially going to commit a crime, because you know what? All of these people serve their country. So it's actually good that the police have finally decided, hey, let's be a little bit more pragmatic and not overdo it. We caught this US Jeep in this morning's video as well. But it's been a very, not a single problem, no issues at all. Very chill, to be honest, as one would expect in central London on a day like this. Massive respect to the veterans for the solid turnout, in fact. And it was interesting actually, we caught a little bit of it in the main video. There was a bit of a situation where the police were saying to one of the marshals that, look, you're going to have to take your beret off. In other words, you can't ride with your beret. We understand why, you know, the law is the law. it's as simple as that. But it was a slightly awkward moment. I did have a chat in the main video with one of the, I think it was an ex-para, who did mention that they always say to us we need to remove the berets, and much as we don't like to do that, I could tell from his body language that, yeah, there was disappointment, rightly so, but at the same time, the law is the law. These guys, you know, having fought the country, are going to respect the law. Simple as that. Fantastic, though, to see British veterans who fought for their country out in large numbers, peacefully demonstrating against what they believe are injustices. In fact, what many of us believe are injustices in terms of the prosecution of British soldiers for what have been termed historic crimes. Right. Almost tripped over the curb there, folks. I need to be careful. Now, as far as I'm aware, they're going to go round Parliament Square, over the bridge and then back again. I will not. One second. The cyclists were not sure where to go. Flipping chaos, but at least it's good chaos. As the lady behind me just said, wow. Whoa, look at this. Fantastic. Quite a lot of police actually at this end, to be fair, especially on Parliament Square itself.